Alright guys, I figure I'd make the 1 millionth NBA YouTube video about Zion. There is a sponsor, and this might be my last vid until we start seeing some trades. So if you're not a Pelicans fan and you just haven't paid that much attention to the team lately, I don't blame you. But this Zion situation, it's just got my head spinning because besides the obvious constant will they, won't they trade him stuff and what would his market look like, would anybody be interested, etc. We've been doing that for years, that's not new. And just a quick health update for Zion. He's played 23 games in a row. We just keep hoping to not see any more random lower body things pop up. But then also what it looks like on the court lately, where Zion is pulling off all the signature Zion plays. I mean, his efficiency has been insane lately, but his shot attempts are down, his touches per game are down, and when I just watch them and ignore like his shot attempts and just see it in the flow of the offense, it kind of feels like sometimes he's the ultimate fallback option on offense, where like Derek Queen might be having the ball at the top of the key, Trey Murphy might be running an action, or maybe it's Fears, or even a bit of Sadiq Bey, screen actions, DHOs, whatever you will, and then Zion will just be spotting up off of all this, and then it doesn't work, and it's like, well, just give it to Zion, he'll figure it out, and he often is. I mean, I'm sure everybody saw a lot of those baskets he had against Wemby in the Spurs game, where I do think Wemby was like pretty high up there on the three-point line guarding Zion. I don't know if that's the best use of Wemby defensively, but even so, Zion was blowing by him. He was finishing around the basket with Wemby there too. Like, it was just another reminder of like how insane Zion can be, right? And then the other one of theirs I saw recently was the Rockets game, because apparently I have to watch every Rockets game. Which, side note, the Steven Adams injury, that is really rough. I mean, he hurt, it's trying to guard Zion at the rim. For a good amount of the game, again, it's like flow of the offense stuff. You just have plays where Zion just doesn't have the ball that much. But then he would have these like mini runs in the second quarter or the fourth quarter where he's just going at Şengün or Jabari or Steven Adams for a little bit before Adams got hurt. And it's like, it's in there. But it just feels like the Pelicans might be trying to have this balancing act of, we want to develop the young guys. We don't want Zion to just run the show completely. We can't also ignore the fact that Zion, I mean, he doesn't shoot threes. He scores in like one way. Before we get back to it, this video is sponsored by SeatGeek. The Patriots are in the Super Bowl. That game against the Broncos, hey, you know what? They won. Everyone's going to pick the Seahawks. That's probably the right pick, but the Patriots are going to win. Why? Because they've just done that for most of my life, so they're just going to do it. I don't know what to tell you. And if I wanted to go to the Super Bowl, as of right now, the cheapest tickets are $7,000 and the most expensive are $30,000. Honestly, kind of surprised it's not higher. Then I would use SeatGeek as I have before, and it's always been good. You can use my code FunkyDiabetic10 for 10% off your next order at SeatGeek. SeatGeek rates deals on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. Green means good, red means bad. Every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee, with over 28 million downloads and 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app with any sporting event, concert, festival, all kinds of things. Click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account. FunkyDiabetic10, 10% off, SeatGeek. Although, as I say that, like, I'll see these little moments where, like, a guard will screen for him to get, like, an SGA switch or something, and then he's able to attack one-on-one. I'm like, this could be probably happening more. I mean, even just having a good mid-range at this point would help this type of stuff out for Zion. Like, some of this is on him, too, no doubt. But it doesn't feel like the #1 priority with this team right now is for Zion to put up the best numbers he could possibly put up. Because based on his efficiency, he should be taking more shots. Like, this dude is, like, I mean, for the season overall, he's 56th in shot attempts in the league. If you want to go last 10, he's 36th in shot attempts. I mean, he had almost 20 shots versus the Spurs and the Grizzlies. Maybe this is a sign. I don't know. Now, he does take a good amount of free throws. You got to take that into account. I mean, for the Pelicans, he's basically tied for like 5th in touches per game. If you want to say, well, he's missed some games, so maybe it's a little messed up. I mean, you can go last 10. It's still the same thing. Like Murphy, Fears, Queen, they all are just touching and holding the ball longer than Zion is per game. And I remember for a while there was this hope of like point Zion, which I don't know if the Pelicans ever believed like he could be our full-time point guard, because at some point they trade for DeJounte, of course. But it does feel like what could have been like a 50-50 of Zion bringing the ball up and then still having a traditional point guard. It feels like it's shifting more towards like he's just a traditional wing who puts up insane efficiency. Now, all of that would make me believe that internally the Pelicans are like, yeah, if we get something resembling a real offer for him, we'll just do it. We're tired of seeing if this guy's going to be healthy, right? But then I ask myself, okay, so if a trade doesn't happen, is this going to continue? Is he going to continue to have this kind of weird role in the offense? I mean, he leads the team in points. He's 0.1 over Trey Murphy while playing less minutes and taking less shots and having the ball less. I don't know. I mean, look, I get it. It's a little awkward because you're trying to develop Queen and Fears, and like you want Derek Queen to become this like hub center who's can be like one of the best playmaking fives in the league and operate at the top of the key. You want Jeremiah Fears to be this downhill point guard. You want Trey Murphy to continue being this like sharpshooting wing who can also attack off the dribble. Like I get all that. And DeJounte Murray is still technically on this roster. I don't know what's going to happen with him. And Jordan Poole's here as well. I mean, I don't know, man. We'll just see what happens with all that. As far as, and look, there has not been any, the Pelicans are trying to trade Zion. We all know that. But if I could have just imagined teams for Zion, I mean, there was that report for the Wizards like not long ago where it's like, could they get him for nothing? I mean, yeah, if you're the Wizards and you can get Zion for nothing, go for it. Although it should be said, look, Zion, he only has a couple of years left in his contract where he's making 40-something million, and that's always just going to be part of the risk if you want to trade for him is you got to trade a lot of money for him, and then who knows how healthy he's going to be. I do think Zion's extension after this contract, it's kind of fascinating because I do think with the aprons, there's like a league-wide acceptance now towards certain guys are just not going to get a max. That's just where it feels like we're going. Although it will probably always be different for teams that draft the guy because then it's the rookie extension, you know, all that stuff. But whether it's the Pelicans or somebody else, like you might be able to talk down the number quite a bit just based off of the games that Zion has missed. I mean, yeah, as far as his talent goes, okay, but we know what it is with him. It's injuries, all that. Now, as far as other potential Zion teams, again, there's no rumors right now. I know Miami is caught up in the Giannis stuff right now, and it's, I mean, the Heat have been a team that people have talked about for Giannis, or not for Giannis, for Zion already. But I do think about it, right? If there's any team who's prioritizing like getting guys in the best shape of their life and just has Spo to work his magic, and then you got the defensive foundation with Bam. And I mean, Zion, like, yeah, Zion's not some awesome defensive player, but I mean, he was part of 2 top 10 defenses there. It was mostly because of Herb and some really good 3-point defense, but okay, like he was there, at least some of the time. But if the offers are not good, then the offers are not good, and okay, the Pelicans, I mean, there's no word of them being like, yeah, we're trading Zion, so we'll just see. But that's once again why I go back to, so if you're not going to trade him, then are we still doing this thing with him in the offense? You get it.